Hello, man. Hello, Mgtows. I'll make this short and simple and sweet, and so everybody can understand. I won't use no big words. Listen, man, get your head straight with this, because I'm sick of trying to explain this to retarded men, too. The female in our society is disabled. I hear this idea posed by men all the time that they're going to run a test, and that's the shit test, I suppose. I wouldn't choose those words, but I would just simply say it's a test. The test is to see if the entitled female or the disabled female is not disabled. So you ask her to pay half her bill, and that is the test, and it's a good test. If you're doing this thing with females and putting that shit test out there, that's a good thing to do. But the problem with this idealism is most men don't get the second half. They like the idea that the female will pay half her bills, and that's what you're questioning. If you get into a relationship with this woman, will she buy her own food? Will she pay for her own gas? Will she pay for her own electric? Will she make her telephone payments and her car bills and all those things? That shows a pretty mature person. Most men are real mature. Now look at this in the light of disability. Most women are disabled. So if you do this shit test, and most men should do this test and find out if your female partner is responsible. But what I see in this atmosphere is this this entitlement by men that, okay, I know she's a disabled person and she doesn't understand. At that point you should just, well, do what you feel is the right thing to do, but walk away. Now what I see from a lot of men is they want to have sex still. And what I want to say is, if you put your female through that shit test and then you put it inside of her, that's rape. You are raping a disabled person. Somebody that does not understand, somebody that should clearly fall under social services or SSIs. So what we're talking about here, men, is the Disabilities Act, the Americans with Disabilities Acts, the ADA. It became law in 1990. The ADA is a civil rights law that prohibits discrimination against individuals with disabilities, but it just doesn't cover that. It discriminates against how you treat them in areas of public life, including jobs, schools, transportations, and all public places, and that are generally open to the public, and that's a bar or a restaurant or somebody that does business. So if you're talking about you've discovered that she is a disabled American or a disabled English person or a disabled anything, your responsibility to her is to treat her like she's a disabled person, and that would mean not sticking it in her, because that's rape. So when I listen to a lot of these videos and I hear these guys saying, oh, I'm not going to pay for half of your dinner, and I've discovered that you're a disabled person, and then the next thing out of their mouth is, well, we can barter with sex. You're bartering with sex with a disabled person, and you're a rapist. And I'm thinking that half these guys around here that think that way may be retarded too, and should fall under the Disabilities Act. So when we look at the welfare system, we must understand the Social Security system. The welfare system is about ideas from the past that were set up to protect disabled people. And there's one thing for sure and two for certain: age will make you disabled. So if you're thinking you're exempt from this thing, you're wrong and you're an idiot. With John Locke, it was about disability. With Hobbes, it was about disability. If you read Susan Wendell's book back in 1998 or 89, she will tell you simply that most females are disabled. Now, in that light, would you fuck the retarded girl greeter from the Home Depot and back of the Home Depot? Because, man, I'm thinking that would be rape, because her mind is not sharp enough to understand those points. Now, a lot of our society is molded around this construct. This construct is disability. Now, I see problems with disability on the male end. They don't understand disability and female disability. Don't fuck the retard girls. We say don't fuck the baby mamas, but what I'm saying is don't fuck the retard girls. Don't fuck the disabled ones. Because if you do, you're a rapist. And that's all I wanted to say. Now, I could go on and explain the whole system that we have set up to most people, but the people on alt-right don't understand that. They think it's an entitlement, not a disability. Once you start thinking correctly in this thing, and I would suggest you read John Locke, what he talks about with disability, I suggest you look at the government and the welfare systems and see what they are. The welfare system borrows from the Social Security system. Welfare borrows from that against bonds and puts it back into welfare, which is CSA, which is food stamps, which is all these lovely programs we have. Now that is a system that borrows from the disability system. When a female walks into the disability system there, she is simply saying, I am disabled, I cannot take care of myself, please take care of me. It shows a disability. So now for some 20 years I've been trying to explain this system to retarded men that want to fuck the retarded girls. Don't come around here with that attitude that you're going to buy her dinner or you're not going to buy her dinner because you've discovered that she has a malfunctioning brain, and then tell me that you want to put your penis in her, because I will call you a rapist, and my attitude will reflect on you in that way, because there's only two possibilities. Either you're retarded or you're a rapist, or you're both. Now, that's what I've been trying to explain for the last 20 years around here, but most of the retard males don't understand it, and that includes most of the MGTOW producers. So, thanks a lot, men. You guys take care.